My name is Arjun Khanna. I am from Delhi in India. I used to have a life people envied. Corner office, decent salary, a wife who made laughter sound like music, a daughter who made the sun rise just by opening her eyes. My name is Arjun Khanna, and for a long time, I thought I had made it. I wasn't rich, but I was respected. I was the man who paid bills on time and brought roses home on Thursdays, just because. Then one Tuesday morning, everything changed. I lost my job, just like that. Downsizing, they called it. I smiled and shook hands with the HR manager as I walked out, but inside, something cracked. I told Priya, my wife, that it was temporary, that I had contacts, that I'd bounce back. I didn't. Weeks turned into months. My savings disappeared. We sold the car, the fridge, even Priya's wedding bangles. Every no from an employer felt like a punch to the gut. But I kept trying. Then she got sick. I still remember the day we got her diagnosis. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. I didn't even know what that meant. I googled it in the hospital bathroom and felt the ground disappear beneath me. We tried everything. Public hospitals, charity doctors, herbal remedies. I watched the woman I loved waste away in a rusted bed, her fingers like paper, her eyes dimming. I fed her with my hands. I wiped her tears when she couldn't speak. I read her favorite poems at night even when she was too weak to respond. And then, she left. Just like that. She made me promise one thing. Take care of Tara. Don't let her see darkness. I failed her. At least that's how it felt. With no job, no money, and no home, I packed what was left of our life into an old, beat-up Hyundai Sentro and drove aimlessly with Tara in the backseat, holding her teddy bear like it was her mother's heartbeat. I parked behind warehouse and bus stations, far from the eyes of judgment. That car became our shelter, our prison, our graveyard of memories. But I never let Tara know. I woke up every morning before her, wiped my tears, and whispered, "Princess, time to shine." I combed her hair, cleaned her school uniform in a gas station sink, and walked her to the school gate with a smile on my face I didn't feel. She believed we were on an adventure, that our house was being painted, that her mother was watching us from the stars. I let her believe, because I needed her to hold on to something. I didn't eat most days. I couldn't afford to. I scavenged food from temple kitchens and charity stalls. I brushed my teeth with salt and washed my face in public toilets. I applied for jobs every day, only to be told I was overqualified, or underqualified, or just nothing at all. But none of that hurt as much as the nights when she'd ask, "Papa, when are we going home?" And I'd say, "Soon, Beta, very soon." Then one day, her school counselor, Mrs. D'Souza, noticed something. Maybe it was Tara's shrinking frame, or the quiet way she stared at her empty lunchbox. She followed us after school. I didn't know until she knocked on the car window behind the warehouse. I thought they were coming to take her away. I begged. I sobbed for the first time since Priya's death. I told them everything. Every truth I had hidden behind fake smiles and washed shirts. But Mrs. D'Souza didn't report me. She embraced me. She brought help, food vouchers, shelter placement, a job referral. I was ashamed. I wanted to run. But Tara's eyes, they were too trusting. She still believed in me, and I couldn't let that belief die. We moved into temporary housing. I got a job delivering packages. Small steps, but they mattered. Today, we have a one-bedroom flat. She has her own bed. I have a fridge. I even put up Priya's favorite curtain in the kitchen window. Tara laughs again, and when she smiles, I know her mother is watching. I tell this story not for sympathy, but because there are so many fathers sleeping in cars, mothers eating last, children who don't understand why the nights feel so long. If you see someone who looks tired, if a child always seems cold, look again. Ask, care, because sometimes, all it takes to change a life is a hand that says, "I see you." I once thought losing everything would destroy me, but it didn't. It revealed the kind of man I never knew I could be. A father who would rather starve than see his child suffer. A man who held on through silence, through grief, through shadows. And when the sky fell, I held her hand. And that was enough. Thank you for listening, and I pray you never lose the sight to see that beautiful things will always happen to people who believe.
He wakes before the city breeze, puts on a smile she still believes. He packs her bag with worn out hands, drops her off like every man. She waves goodbye with sleepy eyes. He turns away and softly cries. No one sees where he goes, behind the smile what no one knows. He'll never know his father's pain, The nights he slept out in the rain, no bed to lie, no roof, no light, just whispered prayers through every night. He bears the weight so love can grow, and she'll never know. Gas stations sink his daily bath. He hides the truth from questions asked. 1,000 jobs, 100 tries, still he shows up with fire in his eyes. He sews her shoes, he mends her dreams, turns hunger into make-believe. Her joy becomes his saving grace. Even in this empty space, he'll never know his father's pain. The nights he slept out in the rain, no bed to lie, no roof, no light, just whispered prayers through every night. He bears the weight so love can grow, and she'll never know. One day she'll ask, how did we survive? And he'll smile, say your laugh kept me alive. She won't see the scars behind that glow, and that's how he'll know. He'll never know his father's fight, but he'll walk in love, wrapped in light. No riches gained, no glory shown, but a home was built from heart alone. He gave her all from high to low, and she'll never know what he gave to let her grow.